What am I forgetting? Oh, hello. Hello, everyone. He was born in St. Charles Hospital.
Stony Brook, Oldfield, Brandywine, Greenville, the Jizz, y'all know who Deadly is. Blew up the scene like Tom Cruise in Risky Business, but no, I'm not a or a Scientologist. I'm just a lyricist, chemist, mad scientist, meth lab, chlorine bombs, THC synthesis,
War level quarterback.
Like who's crack is Smoke Shack.
All right, guys. Hey, what's going on? I'm happy you're here. All right. Am I doing all right here? Okay. There we go. Hi, everybody. Hey, Siobhan. Always love to see Siobhan in there. Obnoxious John and Ryan. Bob Levy. How are you there when you're going to be on the show tonight? You'll be here in a couple minutes. I don't know what you're doing over there. How you're doing this magician stuff. You're in two places at once. Hi, John, Cody, and Erica. Guys, I got the Reverend Bob Levy coming on tonight. And another surprise. I have a surprise guest coming on in a little while, too. That surprise happens to be someone from Douglasville. And you know what Douglasville, Pennsylvania is? It's right next to Pottstown. And I got someone coming on. I was calling it Pottsville like a dope. But guys, do you guys want to see a magic trick? How about instant celebrity? I just flash on the screen all of a sudden. How about I do something like that? It's the Reverend Bob Levy, for God's sakes. Oh, my goodness. Okay, I lost him. I don't think he was ready. I tried to do a magic trick. Let me. I guess I should put him off. Hold on. He wasn't ready for that. He wasn't ready for my trickanery. Sorry, guys. I got excited, as you guys are. Hey, Rick. All right. Siobhan's looking forward to Bob. Who isn't? So, guys, so much is going on here. There is a lot to talk about. Last night, I want to thank you guys for coming in. I had the pleasure of having Radio Gunk come in, the show I love. They came in, and we had High Pitch Eric on last night, so we were talking to him. And I was thinking about it today. I was like, how does he have someone 24/7 looking after him? And I started to worry about it, with all the drugs that he takes and stuff like that, because I know what he's taking. I mean, he's taking two types of benzos. He's taking Xanax to go to sleep, and he's taking what's the other one? Klonopin during the day. He's taking Adderall. I mean, High Pitch. I know he's a big guy. He can probably swallow a lot of pills, and then he's talking that he likes Jack Daniels. I don't know, guys. Don't worry. But my friend Bob Levy is here, and I tried to do a magic trick before. Flash the instant celebrity. So I'm going to put him up right now.
Yeah, buddy.
Bob Levy.
How are you, man?
Levy, I'm so excited that you're here. Thank you so much for doing this, buddy. I know you're getting ready to go to Pottstown. You were going to go tonight, I think, right?
I was going to. I decided in the morning, it gets, plus there's a basketball game on, it's.
Are you a Celtics fan?
No, I'm more of a 76er fan now, but right. I don't want Boston to win, but they probably will.
They're getting smoked right now, aren't they? Last I looked.
It was like 8 points, I think, at halftime.
All right. And then how about baseball? Are you looking at the Phillies at all?
No, I don't like them.
You don't like baseball?
I like it in the playoffs. I don't watch it too much. I'd rather go to a game. I like to go to a game and walk around in that.
A lot of people don't know that you are an athlete, Bob, and somehow you're lagging on me a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. It's probably my computer has cancer from the smoke.
Hey, Bob, can I get you to sign out and sign back in?
Okay.
Because it's if you don't mind.
No, I got it. I'll be right there.
All right, thanks, bud. I every time I talk to somebody about the way like radio is changing. I mean, this is what we used to do. This used to be radio, but now, thank you. Now it's completely changed. The there are AI is now gonna replace in the smaller markets. I was talking to somebody about this. The days of the disc jockey, the DJ are over. Let me see if this is better. Hey, Bob, you there? We looking all right?
Yeah, I think so. This is as good as I
Okay,
look, brother.
much better. Thank you, Bob. I
You
I
got
I
it.
appreciate that. And, I was just talking about this, man, is, you know well, before I get there, I wanted to finish that thought. You are actually an athlete. You were involved with wrestling,
Yeah.
not amateur wrestling, but you gotta be a good athlete to do the pro wrestling. Tell me about your experience with that again. This was
I
before you
think I
could
was
comedy, I
34. I was 34 probably when I did it, and, it was fun. I mean, it was painful, but it was a good time. You know,
yeah,
it's like
you guys
just
get your ass kicked. You guys hurt each other, don't you?
you hurt yourself basically. You're doing it yourself. So if you don't know how to fall right, it hurts no matter what. I don't care what
Right.
anyone says, but I guess you get used to it. I only did it for like 3 years, and I was like, this is a little too much.
Yeah, how much were you weighing back then, Bob, like, when you were doing it?
Probably like 195.
That's probably was that the biggest you ever were, or
No, no.
how big
It wa-
did you get?
The biggest I ever got was probably 218.
Really? When was
Which
that? Was that
I
back
don't know. I went through my fat phase, probably when I was addicted to benzos.
fuck, dude, I had High Pitch Eric on last night.
Oh yeah.
Bob, he's taking Klonopin during the day, and I think he's taking it, like, twice a day or whatever, and then, he's also taking opiates, something for pain, and then at night, he's taking Xanax.
That's crazy that they put him on
I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, right, who's the doctor?"
Klonopin and Xanax. It doesn't make any sense. It's basically the same thing, but it depends how it affects you better, you know.
Right.
But they're both horrible in the end. I had to go to rehab to get off Xanax, and I was on 6 milligrams a day for many years.
How much is a bar? How much is that?
That's a bar. I took
Okay.
3 of those a day.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
Yeah, the only thing that you can die from the withdrawal,
yeah,
is benzos and alcohol.
yep.
So
Uh,
you actually had to go away to get this out of your system. How hard was it to get off it?
it was you can like they said, cut yourself down. I was able to get down to 1 milligram a day, but you know sometimes you go over it because you're in charge. You can't be in charge if you're addicted to something.
Yeah,
And
right. That's how we got in the problem in the first place.
yeah, and you know, and then I was like, and you get crazy. It makes you crazy. And my wife finally made me go to rehab, and it worked out well. I only stayed a week, even though they wanted me there for a month. But once you can get past that certain thing, you're all right. You know
Right.
it.
Right. You're in it, I'm sure, because I know how your mind works. I know you well enough. You're probably like,
Yeah.
"I gotta go work. I gotta get out of here. I
Well, yeah, they were
got
gonna
no
put
work to
me in
do."
they were gonna put me in a house with other people that were recovering, and they're like,
Yeah.
"Well, find you a job." I'm like, "What? Find me a job? What are you gonna?" You know, I can't do anything besides this. No, but it's crazy, man. Because once you're there, they don't want you to leave,
Right.
and they'll try to scare you and say you can leave, and then we're gonna call the cops on you because you signed papers. Yeah, it's nuts. And
The
then I
5150, if they think that you could harm someone or yourself, right?
They just you basically sign yourself over, and they want you to stay because the insurance will pay
Understood.
a lot more at a certain time. So they would offer you, they'd bribe you with cigarettes. It's like it's almost like prison, you know,
Uh,
but it's a little crazier, I think.
yeah. So what were you doing? You go like you stayed of course overnight at this place to take everything away from you,
Hmm.
cell phone,
Well,
all
they
that
take
stuff.
everything away from you, but then I was going to my pocket and I go, "You forgot a Xanax," and they're
Ah!
like, "Where'd you get that from?" And I was like, "You didn't find it. It's in my pocket."
It's in my pocket, you
And,
schmucks.
I mean, because you got most of the people that work there are recovery
Yeah,
people, and it's cool, you know, but everything's different for each person of how they are gonna if they're there to get better or just to bullshit their way through it.
court ordered or something like that, right?
Yeah, you've seen a lot of that. I've seen a lot of young kids there that were made going there and they sleeping the whole time instead of listening.
Yeah, yeah. Did you find anything, learn anything about yourself when you went through all this? I'm sure there's a lot of therapy and all that. Did you actually learn
Yeah.
something about yourself, Bob?
Well, I know. I just realized that it just makes you a different person.
How
And
so?
I I never anybody that was against me was dead to me.
Mhm.
There was no other thinking that what I said. And
Right.
now
Your
I
way.
just fucking I don't give a fuck, you know? It's like it's not to, it does you don't have to win all the time,
Okay.
you know?
So it taught you a little bit of compassion, maybe,
Oh yeah, totally. I
leniency.
think before I do things now, or at least I try to, but I'm pretty good at it. Put it that way. I'm pretty good at it.
Yeah, but you're not the one that ever back down from if someone challenges you or if someone gets
No.
in your face, you're a brawler. That's just who you are.
No, I mean, it's
I
just
know that's who you are.
well, we had you've seen a few fights and
Yeah, yeah. You're not good at taking a step back and saying, "All right, let me walk away from this." No, someone gets in your face and they challenge you.
well, it's
There's gonna be a
weird.
fight.
It's
If you fuck with
yeah.
Bob, there'll be a fight.
It's just weird, I look at it like, "What the fuck is going on? Why is somebody" people are stupid, and
Right.
what are you gonna do, you know?
And you meet that guy, that's the guy you shouldn't be speaking to that way or challenging that way. You run
Well, a
into
guy
that
that's out of
guy.
his mind at the time,
Right.
you know? And
Right.
that's all I knew was being out of my mind. So now it's like a different thing. I can kinda laugh after a couple of days if I'm pissed, and it doesn't mean anything anymore, you
Right.
know?
Yeah.
It really doesn't. In the whole scheme of life, this is nothing, and you
Right.
have to look at it that way.
Gotcha. Did this I haven't met this nice woman that you're married now, right?
Yeah,
I haven't met this nice woman, but it
she'll
sounds like
be
maybe
there.
she's got you grounded.
Yeah, I mean, it's
That
good.
help?
It totally helps, It's like not many people can tell you you're out of line, and you listen, you know? So
Mhm.
it's like you learn after a while. I'm like, "Really? I didn't realize that. Oh, okay. I'll
Wow.
work on it."
You must really love this woman, and it must be a
Yeah,
huge
it's
respect
good. It's
for you
really
to say
good,
that.
and, you don't know when you're gonna find it at what age, and this is good, I don't
That's
even
awesome.
think, now we hit our stride after a long, rough at the beginning because it's living far away, but, if it was bad at the beginning, it can only get better, and it did get better, and it got
Nice.
so much better, and that's
Nice.
what's amazing. So,
Where'd you guys meet, if I can ask?
just on Twitter, I just fucking,
Okay.
I
Well, that's
I
how
was
most people are meeting these days. They meet
well, where are
online.
you gonna meet them at a bar? Like, like, where do you go to where are you gonna meet them? It's
I
so
know.
much life is easier now because if you know someone, you're talking to them, it's like you already met them, so
Yeah,
it makes it easier the first time you meet. Because if you meet someone at the bar, anybody, it's like that ain't the same person
right.
I've been talking to
Yeah,
because people act a little fucking different when at the bars or whatever,
totally, totally.
you
Everyone
know?
wants to meet their girl or their husband at the library, but
Yeah, that
we've never been to a library.
yeah, I don't fucking read. I'm not gonna be there.
So Bob, so you were gonna go down um, to Pottstown
Mhm.
tonight, but you decided to go tomorrow. You're coming from
Yeah.
Jersey, so it's not that far from you. Are you down in South Jersey?
Yeah, I'm right near Philly, but it's about I don't know, where it is saying where the house is, it's about an hour and 45.
Oh,
So,
all right.
it's further than Pottstown because I thought Pottstown was an hour from here. So, it don't matter.
Okay, and guess what? I have a special guest right now for
Okay.
just for a couple minutes.
Mhm.
We're doing I believe there's a live Rico show. Then we're doing a meet and greet, and then we have the stand up comedy show. But right after that,
Okay.
everybody, we have an after party that we hooked up, and right after the stand up part, immediately we're gonna go
Mhm.
over to Utopia Cabaret. That's 395 Benjamin Franklin Highway, Douglas and PA. It's about like 5-10 minutes from the gig, and I
Yeah.
have Charlie, the bartender, who is with us. Charlie,
Yeah.
so nice to meet you. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Terrific. Thank you so much for joining us. This is Bob Levy.
How are you?
He's the headlining comic for our convention
The
this weekend.
festival.
Nice. Thanks for having me. Hi, Bob. How are you?
Doing good. How you doing?
Great.
So Charlie, so you're the bartender over there at Utopia. It sounds like an awesome place. Tell me a little bit about the place there.
It is awesome. I mean, it's the best you can find in the area. We're a strip club, obviously.
Uh-huh.
Got plenty of nice girls here. Plenty of drinks. They're all special because I'm pouring them.
There it is.
Nice.
And anything specific you would like to know, I'm here to answer.
Awesome. So I've heard that your place is, of course, it's a gentleman's club, but it has a feel of like the local bar.
It
Is
is.
that
It's
accurate?
like I've worked at plenty of strip clubs, like in Philly and stuff like that, and this is by far my favorite. It's like a neighborhood bar, but it's also like the thrill of the strip club. You know what I mean? So it's
Mhm.
not too intimidating. It's pretty laid back, but it's also very exciting,
Bob,
depending on the experience you're looking for.
nice,
Yeah,
nice, Bob. I mean, we've been to a bunch of clubs. I'm real
I would say
excited,
so.
and Anthony's excited too about coming to this. When I was talking to him, because this sounds like it's a great place. Look, this my DoorDash guy is here, buddy. You could just leave it outside, man. Thank you. DoorDash is here right when I'm on the air. Uh,
Nice.
but Anthony, I was talking to him. So yeah, Bob. But we've been to a bunch of strip club, gentlemen's clubs.
Hmm.
What are your thoughts on this one out in Pottstown? From what I've told you, I mean, I'm speaking very highly of it. I've heard it's the best around.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much I'm going to be there, since my wife's coming, but
Right, right.
it sounds nice. I mean, it sounds like a cool place. Is it
Mhm.
nude
It's
or what is it like in Pennsylvania?
Good question.
Speaking of wives, all of our credit card machines and stuff comes up as yellow door ink. So if you want to avoid sleeping on the couch, there's that. Also, so we're topless on stage, but they do nude in the back rooms. You can get a court for 30 minutes and comes with free drinks and all kinds of stuff. So you pick your special lady and you guys do whatever you decide on.
Wow. That's
Mm,
that's a new one there, Bob. I mean,
yeah,
yeah, usually when Giuliani came, we're from New York, Charlie.
yeah,
Uh,
Okay.
well, he's in Jersey, but
yeah.
we used to do most of our gigs. It was Caroline's or whatever when they were open. We were in the city in New York, and I think it was Giuliani made this rule where you got to be 6 feet away, and you could only be topless. But it doesn't
Okay.
seem like that's what Pennsylvania rules are like.
No, Pennsylvania rules are a lot different. You like I said, if you kind of just hang out, you get to know the girls, and whoever you click with or whoever is drawn to you, you guys just go from there.
There you
There's
go. Yeah.
like I said, there you have nude dances available or topless, or you're able to just sit at the bar and tip and have a
Yeah.
nice conversation. It's up to
Who
you.
wouldn't want to just hang out at the bar and hang out with Charlie, for God's sakes? I mean, that
Yeah.
right there that's a night right
I
there,
don't
right?
know. And there's boobs everywhere. What more can you ask for?
Oh my God, yeah. So Charlie, I wanted just to get you on real quick so people know. Um, tell us once again from the place, which is Soul Joel's. It's this one highway. It's the main
422.
422, and it's just right up there, and it's like 5-10 minutes away, right?
Yeah, it's not you can't miss it. I mean, we got a huge parking lot. There's a bunch of signs out front, big old sign out front says Utopia. And it's like a one way, there's a median in the middle, so you may have to go down a little bit and make a U-turn,
Yeah.
but it's not hard to find at all.
Okay, and then I
Cool.
also read that you got pizza there, so you got food.
We do. We
And
got pizza. If you get a little bit too drunk, you can have something to eat before you go and hang out.
all right, awesome, Charlie. I really appreciate your time, and I can't wait to meet you. I'll see you on Saturday
Yeah,
at the show.
thanks
If
for
you want,
having me. I'm excited.
you'll be. I'm
Uh,
sure you'll be working, but if you get in late and if you want to come to the show, my friend that starts with an A, she'll put us together if you want to come to the show. All right,
Okay, great. Thank you.
Charlie.
have
Thank
a
you
good
so
one.
much. It's a pleasure.
Nice
Take
meeting you
care.
guys. I'll see you Saturday.
All right,
Awesome.
take care.
All right. Thanks, Bob.
Look
Thanks,
at
Charlie.
you. Look at you setting up the after party, baby.
Come on, Bob. Well,
I know.
what are we doing here? We only go around this thing one time.
I know.
We got to have some fun. and it seems like she seems so nice. It seems like, I don't know
Yeah.
if your girls, into that, or maybe you guys want to come have a pizza.
Nah,
Oh,
she
but
hates women.
she hates women.
No.
I just like, all right. All right. Yeah, that was nice of Charlie to come on and just gave us some info.
Yeah.
But Bob, tell me, because you did this one in Rochester, right? And
Yeah.
somebody dropped this off for you at my
What is
radio
it?
station. It is it's a dabble cut. Somebody dropped it off and said, "Give us to Bob Levy."
Oh, it's a shirt?
Yeah, so I'll be bringing
Oh,
this
wow.
with me.
Oh, cool.
But somebody left it at the radio station with
Wow.
your
Wow.
name on it, thinking that you you stop in here all the way. But anyway, so tell me h- about. I wasn't at the Rochester one.
Hmm.
What was it like? I mean, it's not a comedy show; it's like a convention, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, we did the radio shows first, and then we did the comedy, I believe. I don't even remember, but it was like the comedy show kicked ass, and the radio thing was like really good. Nothing went wrong. Like you would think something would go wrong, nothing went wrong.
Hmm.
And these guys are good at what they do.
Yeah,
So I don't expect anything to go wrong. This is even less of stuff that they have to do behind the scenes.
gotcha. What would you this place? Have you done the club before? This Soul Joel's?
No, I've done the other one he had.
Oh, there's more than one.
This is a new one. This is one that he just took over. It's really
Yeah.
big or something.
Oh,
That's what they
and it
say.
says it's in the dining room, so I assume it's kind of
Yeah.
a big place.
Yeah, it holds a lot of people. So
What do you like better? Do you like I know that you're my mentor when it comes to stand up. You're brilliant. Everyone knows you. Everyone it seems like you've brought everyone up.
mhm.
You've taken everyone under your wing. Everyone looks up to you in this field. Is this new podcasting, um, this new way of communicating with people, does it compare with your love of stand up, or is it totally different?
No,
Talk
I
to
mean,
me about
it's
both of them.
different, but it depends what show you're on. Every show you're like a different role on it. And like I'm more me when I'm by myself.
When you do
That's
the out
me.
of the coffin.
Yeah, that's more of my style that I like. Just
Uh-huh.
to go really fast and that. But everything is different, but it's great. I was like, I never thought we can do this shit. You
Yeah.
don't think about it, but it's
Right.
like it's pretty cool. It's like it makes since there isn't really anything out there you want to be signed with, why not do it yourself?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because there's nothing regular radio is gone.
Yeah. Yeah. And
So there's
Bob,
nothing.
do you know that in the smaller markets now, it's cheaper for them to use AI than to hire a local jock?
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's crazy. So the days of the jock they're over.
Yeah. No, it's not. Everybody needs something in town to listen to. I believe.
A
So now
local
it's just
flavor,
you.
you're saying.
Yeah, it's nice, but they won't take chances anymore. Everybody's afraid, and like this is the only thing that's you can go and have a good time, whatever kind of show it is,
Mhm.
and you have fun. And you never thought, that this would be possible to be
Yeah.
able to do something you like.
Yeah. How do you feel the crowds are? Do you find that they're more loyal because they follow you and they watch your show every day? What are the crowds like in stand up?
And stand up, it's just great. It's like it's never changed. People always say, "Oh, you can't do this. You can do whatever you want if you're funny," and
Right.
that's a fact.
It's got to be funny.
Yeah, I mean, it's been like that, but people like to make excuses and blame the audience. It's never the audience, you know. And even if it is, you can't blame them. There's a way that you can get them, and
Mhm.
you just didn't do it. So,
That's a great thing that you just brought up because that's makes me very curious. You being Jordan of uh, of this space,
who,
was there a
Tom
time?
Jordan? No, I'm
No, Michael Jordan. No, but Bob, when I would say in the past 5 years, I've seen a lot of differences in the way people treat each other, what's
Yeah,
appropriate, what's not. I always believe in a comedy club, you throw that shit out the window.
yeah,
But did you ever encounter uh, anything different, or is it like you were saying, you're just a funny bastard, and it doesn't matter if people are left, right,
yeah. I mean,
whatever. You're
people will
just
get
funny. So,
offended if they just want to be offended. People go
uh,
out to be offended because people like to bitch. So,
uh,
but if it happens, it's no big deal. It's one person maybe once in a while,
right.
and they get mauled, and it's horrible for them. It's like if you can't be the only one right.
Yeah,
When there's so many people that are the opposite.
right. Bob, I've toured with you for years. I mean, it was a couple years. Every weekend we were together,
Mm-hmm.
and I can honestly say I've never, and I'm sure there are other people who would say the same thing. I've never seen you have not a killer set. Um, it seems like you're just like sleepwalking through it sometimes.
Well, it's
You just know how to do it.
when I remember the second show I ever did, I died like an animal, and that's when Jackie
That
named me,
hurts.
and I just never wanted to feel like that again.
Hmm.
I mean, it's the worst fucking feeling, and if you don't care about it, you don't want to. When you're driving home over a bridge, you want to go off the bridge because that's the way you should feel.
Right,
Otherwise, you don't care.
right, right.
You can't sleep at night because of the fact it was horrible.
It's that
So,
important to you, isn't it?
well, yeah, I mean, you don't want to. It's a horrible feeling. But like killing on stage is like, my God, it's the greatest feeling.
Yeah,
It's it's a matter of time, anywhere from 40 to an hour and something, where you feel like you're the best at what you're doing,
yeah.
and that's a great feeling.
Tell the people, like, because you went to rehab for Xanax,
Mhm.
um, killing on stage, Xanax. Does one outweigh the other? Like, are they not even close, or are they
What
different?
what what what
If
was it?
if you could get whatever you were addicted to it for a reason, because it must have done
Yeah.
something for you. But the feeling on Xanax or the feeling of killing on
Oh,
stage,
killing on stage is so much
nothing like
better.
it.
I mean, like, Xanax was good at when you would get buzzed and you learned how to use it to get buzzed,
Okay.
not to do what it's supposed to do.
Uh,
And then when it does what it's supposed to do, you don't really need it anymore because you're just in a different place that's not you.
okay.
And you're just feeding this fucking animal these pills.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. It doesn't. It takes you to a different place you don't want to be. And I think anyone that says they had a problem with it would agree. Because even people hit me up and say, "How do I get off?" I tell them how I did it. I said, "You're going to have to stay more than 7 days, but
But for that, you got to wean yourself off a little bit to
a little bit but as long as you have doctors there
yeah.
that are giving you the medicine and they wean you off of that within 3 days, so that's the only time you're going to die."
Okay.
So you're okay after that, but you can't do it at home. It's
You
stupid.
can't do
It's
it by
not worth it.
yourself, right?
It's not worth it.
Yeah. I know for the opiates they give you Suboxone. That will
Yeah, we
take.
had other stuff they get. I remember
I know what
because
it's
they
called.
try to give you all kinds of pills, and I would say, "What is that? What is that? What is that?" every time in the morning.
Right.
And then they try to give you psych med after a while, and they said that that's what that is. Then they go, "You go over to there next," and I'm like, "No,
Oh, so
no,
now you go. Okay.
no." So at least you have to know because you're going to take what people give you if you think that's how I got the problem by listening to somebody that gave me something and said it's going to be good for me.
Was it for anxiety, Bob?
I stopped drinking. Remember when I stopped drinking? I fucking went nuts a little on somebody, and
I think that I didn't. I wasn't around you around that time.
yeah, but it was crazy, and then I just stopped drinking. And I went to the doctor one time, and I go, "Yeah, I don't drink." I go, "Sometimes I feel a little different on stage," and he goes, "Well, take this," and
Ah,
that's how it started.
got it.
I didn't know when you have a doctor telling you,
It seems like it's
especially
okay.
back, yeah, especially back in what 2004, I guess it started about.
Yeah.
So it was a long run.
Mm.
of insanity. It really was, man.
Yeah.
To try to explain it, you can't. That's why
No,
when I
unless you've been through it, you can't explain it,
yeah, like when I write the book, finish it or whatever,
you got a
I'm
book
gonna
going on?
yeah, I've done some of it, but I gotta get back to it. I took a break, and, I have to get back to it because I think it can help people,
Dude,
by
and
being
that's a
honest.
great
Because
idea.
being honest, talking about it, people hit me up, and even though I went to rehab, take edibles. I have 2 drinks.
Come on, I mean, that's safer than alcohol, and that's legal.
I'm just saying that if I'm able to do it, other people can't do
Oh,
it.
okay,
I know if I have 2 drinks is fine. I can have 2 glasses of whiskey and maybe finish the second one by the time I'm fine.
okay,
But
and you're
I
able
don't
to put
drink
it
to get
down.
drunk anymore.
Okay, yeah,
I don't go to the limit because you see people that are fucked up and it's not a good look.
oh,
You
no,
just learn
no
from
fun.
people watching them.
Yeah,
It's pretty
yeah.
simple.
Yeah, and, there's a in the AA I've been to actually,
Hmm.
no, I've been to, I think 8 or 9 last time I checked, 8 or 9 rehabs.
Wow.
So, it took a long time, but and I'm not perfect, but
Yeah, but
they say, Bob, in the AA
hmm
book, they say, "You wanna find out if you're an alcoholic, take 1 drink, beer, wine, whiskey,
hmm
whatever, take 1, drink it. If you're able to leave it there and not go for the second one, then you're not an alcoholic." I didn't really buy that, you know?
yeah, it's kind of
But it's what
crazy.
it says in the book, you know? Were you a person like that? Like you just said, you could have 2 whiskeys now, but were you
Mhm.
always that way? Could you drink 2
No,
whiskeys, put
you
it down?
seen me at my times. I was brutal. I
Absolute.
drank
Vodka.
yeah, I used to drink Absolute, and I used to drink more than Artie, which was he would say that I would be his designated driver, and we each had a bottle backstage, and then it
Yeah,
was tequila, and then that's insanity. Tequila was like fucking just everything goes crazy, you know?
yeah, and then, the Coke,
Mhm.
that, people used to do, I'm not, gonna say if you did that or not, but
Oh, yeah, I did.
okay, so we can say, yeah, I say,
Yeah.
Coke would kind of sober you up so you could drink a lot more.
So you'd be up all night. You think you were gonna miss something, and people would come to the shows, and then they'd be like, I go, "You can't come backstage." And he's like, "Oh, it's me. I got an 8 ball." I'm like, "Follow me," And they always had it everywhere, and it was insane. It was insane back then. Like it was like rock stars, but we lived like that
Yeah,
too, and it was
yeah,
comedy, which was crazy. Not
yeah,
many people did tours like that.
and
And I
Bob,
had no idea, like, Artie was into anything but drinking. I just thought he was drinking a lot.
no, yeah, yeah, he was tricky, but Bob, this
Yeah.
one diner used to it was called the Millennium Diner, used to book this place.
Yeah.
You would fill it. It would be like 300-400 people,
Mhm.
and I remember one time this cop came back, and Artie was there and brought a whole bunch of, hard drugs for him, and me and you picked Artie up when it was his turn to go on. We picked him up from
Well,
laying
he was
down.
under the table. He
Yeah,
was laying he was sleeping. I get off stage. It was great, and I go, "Oh," I go, "Well, ready to walk in there." Go, "You're gonna destroy," And he's laying under the table, and I'm like, "Get up! You got to go on stage." And he's like, "No, you just go back on." I'm like, "Get the fuck up!" And we like picking him
we
up.
brought him up,
We go
and
out there. The
a
fucking guy, there's these big catering tables, right? I guess they might have had a wedding in there. Guy pulls out a big fucking light and he starts poking Artie with it.
I don't remember that one.
It was like a big fluorescent, whatever the fucking
Like one of
lights.
those long bulbs or something?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And it was just like insane. It was like I'm like, how much did he drink? Like I didn't know for a while, for a
Right,
fucking long time.
right. It wasn't a
Yeah, he
drink.
would say, "Remember that place in Chicago? I was fucked up." I was like, I thought he was drunk, you
Yeah, it's
know?
great, Bob, but the thing this was probably 2 different times, but in that millennium, we brought him back up, and he got on there, didn't miss a beat. You're
No.
talking about a guy who's such a pro,
Mhm.
killed, and 2 seconds before, he was laying underneath the table.
It was incredible. I've never comedy now, it's so soft compared to what it was when we were out there. Like it was just insane. It was like there was no rules. Nobody gave us rules. Even Caroline's, you gave us no rules,
Yeah,
you
that's
know?
awesome. Good time.
And whatever you did, whatever you wanted to do, they didn't say a fucking word. That's how powerful Howard was, you know?
Yeah.
They just wanted you to be happy, and anything you did on stage was fine. And
That was a good time, man, because we did that every once a month,
yeah.
and let me just say, Tyler, Durden, $5. Casey, is your answering machine still fart noises? Very funny, yes, actually, Florentine, um, did, my answer machine a bunch of years ago when I had an answer machine, and it was him, doing special ed, making fart noises, so good memory, Tyler, thank you. Um, have you talked to Jim, lately, Bob?
A couple of weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, or something like that.
Great dude.
Yeah, just running around. I just I say to myself, you know, I
Yeah,
kind
no,
of,
yeah, but
you know,
you always did, but you
yeah,
handle business in one pocket, and then, in the other, you, actually are kind of, an introvert. If
yeah.
people wouldn't believe that.
No, I mean, I don't. I'm not there for the hang, you know. As if I'm away for the weekend, I am. But like, if I go to a gig, I'm just out of there. You know, I'll talk to people after, but I'm out of there after
Yeah,
that. I'm not. You know, I'd rather be home.
right.
I like it like that. You know, you'll never see me at anybody's barbecue. Okay, there's no way.
Wow. Yeah, man, it's been, was when COVID came, Bob,
Hmm.
um, how did that change for you? Because you didn't do you weren't doing the podcasting yet, I
Yeah,
believe.
not
So
like
in that
this.
time, tell me about what was going on with you in that
Well,
time.
COVID was like, I mean, it didn't change my life too much except for working, but because I like to be home. So it wasn't like something that I was like, damn, I can't go anywhere.
But you weren't doing stand-up gigs, right?
No, no, a little bit like cars. You would go out and do it for cars and they'd
Like a
beep the horn.
drive-in type thing?
Dude, it was so fucked up, and I was like, "There's no way I'm doing this anymore." People would do it
Wow.
on Skype or whatever. I was like, "There's no way. You can't do it
It
like that.
can't
Comedy has
can't
gotta be there." It was the weirdest thing. So
you're making me feel like it's like a Joe Piccoli gig where he's bringing in the PA system with him, you know?
yeah, basically,
And
they
put
would
it on
set
top
it
of the
up.
car.
You were on the back of a fucking, like, a truck that
With
would
the pickup
carry,
truck?
like yeah, that would have, like, hay, and we were standing on that, dude, and it was like, I can't do this anymore."
Wow.
Yeah, so you played where you could play, and
You
and
guys
that was
done.
it, you know? But it was, you know, whatever. It didn't seem like 2 years, but, you know, it wasn't, you know, when you look back at it now, it doesn't seem like it was a real long time, but it was, I guess, at the time.
Were you with your wife at the time? Or were you guys married?
Here and there, yeah, it was
Oh, you
like,
must have loved it then. So you got to
well,
stay home
back and
with your
forth. It was
girl.
back and forth. So, like, we're not good when we're separate, when we're not together. Like,
Oh,
we're really bad.
yeah.
So it's like, since we're not, you know, I'd rather not talk on the phone if somebody's not here,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, but that's not what you do, I guess. So you
Yeah,
find
you
out
keep
that
thinking about it.
it's not a cool thing to do. I
Mhm.
just don't, you know, I just like to, I don't know, just hang out and fucking just do what's around me. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like in my house and fucking watch this, whatever. And it's like, I don't wanna be on the phone all day when somebody's not coming back for a little while. It's just weird, but
Yeah.
it's not a good thing to do.
Yeah, I'm with you, buddy, and people don't understand, like, I'd rather talk to you face to face. If I'm gonna speak with you, I don't wanna
Yeah,
talk into this thing that fucking doesn't work half the time and
yeah,
hear every other word, but, anyway, Bob, I can I ever see you, or can you ever
mm,
see yourself out on the golf course or doing something,
yeah.
yeah, I mean, what
Oh, yeah, I used to
like
play
a hobby
golf.
or something? What else is there?
No, I used to love golf, you know, I used to play a lot, and then once I moved to South Jersey, yeah, I had a deal at this place where I do a show, and I would just drink for nothing, eat for nothing, and golf for nothing. And it was like the greatest thing, but you play the same thing every day. You have your lucky round.
Okay. All
but
right.
it was fun. Like, I think I can do it again. My neck's pretty healed, and
Yeah, what happened with your neck? What happened
I
with that?
had neck surgery. But like like it's like it was so bad without the neck surgery, and I didn't know what to expect, but it worked out so much better than I ever could think. So, I mean, I'm pretty much up here, totally back. And, but the rest is, I'm still working on it, but I'm still good. I'm very confident in how I can move and everything.
All right. Well, that's good. And
Mm,
Ryan, you bring up a good point. I do. I had I got 3 or 4 great clips, but I'm going to
yeah.
wait on that. I just wanted to visit with Bob a little bit. I'm going to let him go here in a couple minutes here before I get to your questions. Um, yeah, because Bob's about to go down, and I can't wait to see my friend. I haven't seen him in a
Oh,
while.
yeah.
I'm going to get to hang out with him this weekend, and
It's going to be
it's gonna be a
fun.
great time, buddy.
Oh, yeah. It's definitely going to be a great time. Every time we see each other, it's like it reminds you of the old days that was just insane. And it's
Yeah.
just, you just laugh. You
Yeah.
just laugh when you see each other because there's no other thing you can do,
Mhm. Yeah.
because it was just one of those times that, I mean, there ain't many times like that in comedy. There might be Sam Kinison lived like that, you know what I mean? But like every week living like that, we
Yeah.
lived through that bullshit.
Yeah.
So now it's like, I think it's time to slow down.
Wow. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Just to hear Bob Levy say that is crazy. But when we get done with this gig, Bob,
Hmm.
maybe then the next week. And by the way, I want to let people know tomorrow at 10 o'clock, I got AJ Benza
Oh,
coming
nice.
on. So AJ will come in and visit with us. And then Monday, I got Tim Sabian.
Wow.
Tuesday, Angel Cassidy. Wednesday, Casey and the coach. And I don't have my schedule here, but that's what we got going on. But if you guys don't have your tickets for this week, excuse me, for this
Mhm.
weekend, it's not often you get to see the people that are going to be up there. You got the Reverend Bob Levy, who, if you haven't seen, you haven't seen comedy. This guy,
Well, let's hope. Let's hope.
you, I mean, you talk to comics. Comics will tell you, they just throw their hands up. Can't compete with this guy. This guy is he's the beginning and the end. He is something
Mhm.
special in this business, and I'm not alone saying that, Mr. Levy.
Thank you, sir.
um, Mr. Shuley will
Oh,
be up
yeah.
there, and Bob, tell us about who else will be joining you on stage.
Anthony Cumia, who's doing really good, with
It's
the comedy.
hilarious. Yeah,
He, he's
we're gonna pick him up with Mike. My
okay,
brother, my
cool.
brother's coming, so you
Oh,
get to
wow,
see my brother.
wow, cool. Yeah, and then Perry Caravello.
Tell me about
The,
that dude. Who's that? I know. I
you
saw a
gotta
funny
watch.
show with you and him.
Yeah, you gotta watch the show, the movie Windy City Heat, and it's a movie about like they made believe they were doing this big feature movie, and Perry was going to be the star, and they play him the whole time, but it's fucking unbelievable. And to watch his show, I mean, I'm totally hooked on it. Like, I haven't been listening that long, and even Tom said, he goes, "You are an expert on Perry already." And I go, "Yeah, because when I like something, I totally figure it out. I figure out every movement, eye movements of how when the videos come up on his screen, and when he just realizes what it is again. It's Groundhog Day every week, every show, 2 times a week. It's Groundhog Day, and it starts off normal, and then by the end is screaming. It's just amazing. Watch it. There's so many ideas that we're coming up with for the future, because I think he should be the biggest thing out there, truthfully.
Okay. All
I
right. I
mean,
look forward to that.
it's
That's
amazing.
cool.
You give it a few times, get to understand what's going on, but remember Groundhog's Day, because every week is basically the same, but it's different. It's a little different, and it's but all the problems that come in that people send is the same thing every week,
Oh,
and
that's funny.
it's fucking amazing. And he just looks at it, and you can see when he's losing it, and he doesn't
Is this guy safe to be
take.
around, Bob? Is he gonna is he a friendly guy? If you meet
Oh
him, have you
yeah,
met him face
I
to
never
face?
met him, but I've been on his show,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
he's been
I've
on
seen you
mine
2 together,
a
yeah,
bunch. We
it's
get along
hilarious.
really good because I appreciate what he does, and he's a very kind person too.
Okay,
Even though he yells a lot, but he has a great heart, and that makes him a great
okay,
person, you know.
alright.
And I'm looking forward to hanging out with him, but
Yeah, it'd be nice to
because
meet that guy, yeah,
oh no, there's nobody like him. This is bigger than and like I mean, like Andy Kaufman was great, but he was doing a thing. This is Andy Kaufman without doing a thing.
but he's not doing a bit, this is who
He's
he is,
not.
right?
No. And that's it's the most incredible thing that you can watch every week, and you get hooked on it. You can watch for 5 hours, and it's like it went too fast.
Wow, that's pretty cool. Well,
It's amazing.
alright, well, we look forward to that, High Pitch Eric will be up there,
Oh
I
yeah,
found that. Mike Morse,
Mike
was
Morse.
a great comic, right?
Yes, yes, and
What else we
Will
got, Bob?
Cable from there is coming. He's from Perry's gang. Let's see who else we have. Ray DeVito. Will the attorney. Oh, right, is that it?
Vince.
Vince needs to Will the attorney. I'm so bad with
Will
fucking.
Will,
Maybe
yeah,
he'll show up,
but
but
yeah, Vince is Vince, I've seen him, he's a very, cerebral guy,
I love it. I love it.
dry wit,
I love the way he is.
yeah,
He's great on
and he's
doing
not afraid,
shows.
he's not afraid to, it's like the people that he's talking about, he's got them, he's cross-examining them,
Oh yeah.
totally honest and totally blunt. I, I enjoy him.
Oh yeah, totally. Like we're looking forward to doing more of these at different levels of how many people, and just figure it out. We're trying to figure it out still, of what we're gonna do. But it's always gonna be fun.
And, Obnoxious John wants to tell us Cardiff Electric will be there. You
Yes,
love
Cardiff will
they
be
love
there. Cardiff is amazing, and he's a great guy. He's fucking a total like it's amazing to see the person that's creating this fucking greatness, because
yeah,
I get a kick out of him too. I'm
I'm
like,
a big fan of Cardiff.
yeah, it's like it's amazing to see his teeth and his eyes, just he's so happy.
You like to see him when he goes back and forth.
Oh,
You
when
get
he
a kick out
sways,
of that.
I do it too. I love it. He goes in, he goes out. It's like fucking amazing, man.
Oh, man.
That's
Um,
true.
yeah. So, Bob, I didn't wanna keep you too long tonight, but
Mhm.
I do this thing before I get to the audience. I give the audience, 3
Uh-huh.
questions, but I do have the Nutty Hatebreed hat here,
Oh, wow.
and, I have a bunch of random questions. They don't mean anything,
Okay.
but sometimes there's some good shit that comes out of them. So I'm just gonna pick one,
Mhm.
and, what what did you do just to be cool when you were in middle school? Alright, that's a good one.
Nothing, man. I must have missed it. I mean,
Okay.
no, I just played sports, so
What
that's
sports you
it.
play?
Baseball, hockey,
Okay.
we played football, everything. We just fucking paddleball, fucking anything you can do.
Like, a lot of people would say, like, I guess some people smoked because that
Yeah.
to be cool in middle school or whatever, but alright, I'll give you one more here. What
Okay.
would you be doing with your life if money was no object?
uh, I'd probably be doing right what I'm doing, sitting somewhere, but it would probably be, uh, I want to get a house by a lake. That's it. So I can just walk out and fish. That's my next
You
house.
like to fish.
Well, I haven't done it in so long now.
Okay. Alright. So
Just something peaceful it looks good when you're sitting out there.
yeah,
That's
Bob,
it.
you're very, you're giving me the vibe of being very zen, very
No, well, you
relaxed.
learn that when I was fucked up before the surgery and that shit, fuck, man, I couldn't do anything. I couldn't really walk. So I mean, I had to realize that you either
That
fucking
that
quit or you
wow.
go on. And I was like, I fought it, and I got to the point where I am now, and that's shocking. I was going to retire, but I was like, fuck it. I feel like my mind is open now
Seems
since
like
I
you're in an
don't have a
awesome
great
place,
memory
Bob.
anymore.
It
When
seems
you
like
don't have a
you're in the
memory,
best place.
yeah, but like my memory is not what it was from that, but that's okay, because now it's just fucking 100 miles an hour. I can think when I'm doing shit.
Yeah,
So it's a new thing it feels good for me, and everything's new again.
well,
And I look
I'm
at it like that.
sure.
It's just starting over again.
Yeah, I'm sure the audience is agreeing with me. You're looking at this guy; he looks like he's in a comfortable and a great place, and I like to see it as his friend. So that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I mean, you don't get, a lot of times you think you're in a great place and you're really not. Uh, and that's what it
Right,
is. You don't need much to be in a good place
right,
mentally. And
right.
that's what a lot of people don't realize,
I'm
you
sure the
know.
wife helps a lot, keeps you in check,
Well,
and
nobody can keep me in check, but it's like I just I see things different now. When you
yeah,
go through something, you have to go through something before you can realize how lucky you are, basically. Because it's like fucking. I was lucky just to be able to do what I did and come back to this, and because it didn't seem like it was going to happen.
yeah, and it looks like you opened like a whole new chapter of your life now. It's
Yeah.
like it seems like you're. I see you doing your podcast with Julie and Mike and stuff, and it looks like
Hmm.
you're just having a ball.
Yeah, you want to
Just
have
like the
fun.
guy I know on stage. Just look like, hey, this is pretty awesome. I'm loving my life, and
Well,
to
it's a
see that,
hang, we all know how to hang because we all hung, and it's simple, it's the truth. It's not work. When it becomes work, it's not worth it,
yeah.
and that's why we get into this shit because nobody really wants to work. Why do you get into comedy? You work with your mind and your mouth. That's it, but
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
not work.
Ed Rooney says Bob Levy is the king of podcasting. I
No.
agree. Thank you,
I
Ed.
I'm just having fun, man. I mean, if I have dead time, I'd rather be on doing this in a day than not doing it, because when you have too much time to think, it's never a good thing.
Yeah, idle hands work of the devil, baby.
Yeah.
Miss Siobhan, the beautiful
Uh,
Siobhan says, Bob, you would love where I live, the Isle of Wight. Thousands of good places to fish
mm.
around the island. Nothing better than catching a huge tapia or cod.
Oh, well. Where
Tope.
the hell is that? I heard of this place, but it's
I think it's in England. I'm so
yeah,
sorry.
it does.
I'm
I don't
so
think it's
retarded.
around here.
Am I right, Siobhan? Is it in England? I'm so stupid. Uh, but
I don't know. But
geography
yeah, I
might be
mean,
right.
like just relaxing, doing shit like that. It's fucking peaceful.
It seems like that's your thing these days, huh? You got to have a an outlet, an escape.
Yeah, I mean, and my escape is here,
Yeah,
truthfully. That's why I'm making this into everything that I want
right.
and just go from there. And if we
That's
do go somewhere else, even if it's for a vacation or whatever, you can always come back to this
yeah,
and you're happy to come. Sometimes people ain't happy to come home,
but you are.
but so you want everything that you want here, and then it's cool.
Yeah, no doubt. Hey guys, my guest has been the Reverend Bob Levy, and I do have all those clips from most of them from Die Laughing, this DVD put out years ago when me and Bob were on the road straight for 5 years. Every weekend, I saw this gentleman
Hmm.
always laughing. I mean, from throwing up in Florentine's car, Levy throwing up because someone else threw up, from Big Jimmy Graham.
Yeah.
Uh, how's Big Jimmy? You ever talk to him anymore?
He's in the recovery thing, and yeah,
Yes.
I think he's doing well. He
Okay.
slipped up one time a couple of years ago.
All
I
right.
seen, but
All right. Yeah, he's a good
yeah,
dude.
oh
I
yeah.
like to talk to that guy. So I want to thank everyone. I'm just going to do the Bob is good. Two questions here, and I'll
Hmm.
let you go.
Okay.
Cranberry Electric. The
Remember.
arse end of the UK, I guess Cranberry was talking about where the Isle of Wight
Oh,
is.
okay.
Tubby wants to know,
Hmm. Oh, I know Tubby. Hey, Tubby.
Bob become a reverend because of his propensity to always get married?
No, I just I rather enjoy it with somebody, even if it's for a short time,
Okay.
you know? But I'm done now.
Well, here's a very cerebral question. Colonic Slacker wants to know.
Uh,
Bob looks like he has a large sack.
well,
That's you got a thinking man's question here.
yeah, it's not as large as it is just fucking hanging now, you know?
OG Canada. You know what I hate? What do you hate? When Bob eats brown blue cheese out of some girl's ass. I hate that. Good one,
Mm,
G Canada. Nice. We'll do two more.
okay.
Dylan from somewhere. How many honeymooners did Bob have in Ocean City, Maryland? What is
One.
honeymoons? Oh,
I loved Ocean City, Maryland. We used to play there 7 nights a week. That makes you better too when you work every night, 2 shows a night,
mhm.
and it was fucking insane there.
You used to take us to Rehoboth Beach. You had
Mhm.
that tour. You would book like 6 shows going down in that area
Yeah,
just to make us better. It was a teaching. Bob was a professor, because you had 3 new people coming with you, Florentine and Jimmy, and you were
yeah.
just teaching us along the way. Remember some of those gigs? Some of them were tough, but that was all you. You booked them on purpose
You're
so we get
supposed
better.
to. You're supposed to put the harder it is for you to come up. If you're doing comedy clubs, you
Right.
know, it's easy because it's supposed to be it's set up to be easy.
Mhm.
When I used to book that strip club, I used to use 5 acts that's all I could use because nobody could do it. It was so out of control.
Mhm. You gotta
But
yell over
places
the
like
bar
that,
and
you
you
learn.
gotta
Yeah, you would learn, there would fights break out,
Right.
whatever. You have to you can't you can't be thinking it's an easy job.
Right, right. It's so funny. I mean, we could do this forever, but we're at the end of the
Yeah.
show. But Sean, you booked a club in Amityville, Long Island, and Sexton, who was a guy that went up first, had a wife beater, and he called himself the Italian comedian. And right in the middle of his set, 2 girls just start
Mhm.
fighting right in front, right in front of him. And Bob's like, "You got to make him laugh. You.
Yeah.
This is how you're gonna learn. You want to do this? You know." This is what you gotta get around 2 girls fighting, and they make it funny.
Yeah, anything that can throw you off. It should be a training room like that where I just throw people in. I came up with an idea for a show, but we'll see.
Good
But
idea. It's awesome.
you have to be really good at handling every situation of comedy, and that's the best way to learn.
Bob, you put us in every, situation, and I'm thinking that you did it on purpose most of the
Yeah.
time. I think you knew that a lot of
And I
this
make
is
you
like
go
part
longer. I'd have you set with a time, and I would say do 15 or
Right,
or
right.
or 20 instead of 15.
Mhm.
And if you said, I only got 15, I would be like, never book you again,
Right, right.
because
Yeah,
you have to be able to get your legs, you know.
yeah, yeah. It's, man, it's like, boot camp with Bob Levy. That's the name of the
Mm,
show right there. Alright, guys, let me take one more here.
okay.
Let's go, Siobhan, you got the last word. Bob, what's your
Huh.
favorite Stern Show moment?
Probably winning the meanest listener thing.
I wonder
That
how
was
that
a
contest got set up.
by you, yeah. But, like, that was a fun time. That was just like I remember people telling me, "You don't wanna go you're a comedian, you shouldn't be in that." And I'm like, "There's something about this," you know? And that got me on. That was it. I started sending in, I started roasting all of them.
It got you
And
in, and you were the best at it.
well, it was the best when you can tape it because, reading off it, I just learned I couldn't read good, so
Yeah, Bob, it got to a point where I didn't even, like, have to pass it by Howard. I'd say, "Hey,
mhm.
got a new roast by Levy," and that was it, like, because I had to play everything for him, and
Yeah.
he'd have to approve it. He'd go, "Alright," and he didn't do that for anybody. No comic.
Mm.
If I pulled, a piece from a comic album or something like that, the only time he ever let it go was when I said, that I had something new from Levy. It's all bleeped, it's all ready to go.
Huh.
And then you went over, overboard with a joke about Robin one time, so he had to listen to him from then on. But you crushed it.
It was fun, but it's easy
ice
to
fighting
tape
an
it.
infant.
Yeah, it was so much easier to tape it and that because if you fuck up a line, that's why I got lucky on that whole thing because I didn't fuck up anything, and that's not me. And it was just like I guess I really wanted it that I didn't realize how fucking stupid I really was, and I was able to get through it. But like, yeah, I mean, it just everything hit then.
Right.
Am I the best at wrote? No, I'm best without a paper. I can fucking take somebody apart, and that's what I do now. I don't sit there and write shit that much.
Has your act changed in the past 10 years?
Yeah, I mean, it always changes. Like I
No,
don't
I'm
know
not saying
what.
the jokes. I'm saying has it gotten softer
Oh
or
no, no, no. No, it's just whatever, whatever I think is funny, whatever I see in the situation that I'm in. Like I won't know until I right before I'm hitting the stage, I'm watching, here we go. We're going here, we're going there, and then see what happens and just go. And who knows if I'll do anything,
right?
because I'll do 20 minutes of whatever. It
Yeah,
don't matter. And if they're in the mood, I'm in the mood, and it's clicking. It's a piece of cake.
yeah. We always loved that. The other comics, we just sit in the back, and our favorite was when Bob would just do his crowd work. And um, yeah, there was just it was never the same. It was it was just brilliant. You really got a knack of that to read people,
Yeah.
and to do something new. I don't know how you do it, man, but
No, it's fun.
pretty
It's
awesome.
fun that way. It's like because you don't know. It's for the evening. It's for people in front of you that night. It's not about. I cut down on the audience stuff because when I came back, I had to learn kind of everything. I was like, I couldn't remember a lot of shit, and I
Right.
would have to. I'd listen to a tape, and I'm going, my God, I was doing that joke wrong. And I didn't even realize it. And
Wow.
it was just like, trying to get everything back together and it's working a lot to get us so you weren't off a week and just getting it out all the time. And now it's like, okay, now I'm back where I am, but off the cuff, I can go fucking faster and crazier than ever now.
Nice. I can't wait. And
So
I'm sure everyone else that is going to be coming to
yeah,
Pottstown um,
it's gonna
or
be fun.
Douglasville. Is it Pottstown or Douglasville? It's Pottstown.
Pottstown. Yeah.
Pottstown, yeah. And again, guys, if you want to hang out afterwards, please
Mhm.
come to the after show. We met Charlie, the bartender, over at the Utopia Cabaret, which I've heard is the best place in the vicinity, even in Philly.
Whoa.
We got like 25, 30 girls, and it's like a bar atmosphere. You can have a
And four
pizza.
guys.
That's what I'm looking for too. Nice, double nice.
Double nice.
Well, I want to thank all you guys
Huh.
for coming in. Thank you so much, and I really want to thank my special guest, Mr. Bob Levy. Can't wait to see you this weekend, buddy.
Can't wait to
Let me
see you,
give you the
brother.
last word, my man. You got it.
It's good seeing you, and if you guys come out Saturday, you'll really have a good time. It's not like anything you've seen before, and it's a mixture of everything, and you're gonna like a lot of it, a lot of it,
That is
and
an
that.
understatement.
Mm-hmm.
Love it. All right, guys. You're the best, Bob. I will see you this
Love
weekend.
you,
We'll be right
brother.
back. Later, guys.
Take care, guys. Bye.